So I was, as being a zealous convert, and somebody had told me at Oxford, where I did talk to people, um, it's good for Orthodox people to go to monasteries. So I heard there was a monastery about an hour from London. So I arranged to go there for Bright Week. But that's all I knew about it. I didn't know anybody was there. I didn't know anything about monasteries. I just went there because it was supposed to be good to do it. And back then, that was in 1977, there was a small monastery. They didn't have that many guests, really. So anyway, the first day I was there, in the afternoon, I was walking around, and I think everybody was probably resting, all the monastics. So I was just walking around the grounds, and I came around a bend, and I saw this little old man there, and he looked at me, and I could feel so much love coming out of him. It was like a physical electric current. I could physically feel it. And I knew absolutely, whoever this man is, he loves me so much he would die for me. So that was obviously Saint Sophrony, because I had just been baptized, I was in probably the best state of my life.
Yeah.
Just baptized, first Holy Communion. So anyway, how God orchestrates these amazing things.
Yeah.
And so, I was blessed to go there many times and have been back many times since I left England. And that's, I love that monastery, and feel
Me
really
too.
connected there.
Yeah. Thanks to God. Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing the whole story and the last part as well, which I think it is. I don't know. It feels like it's good to share these things.
Well, I feel like I met all these extraordinary people, and the least I can do is talk a little bit about them because, they're gone.
Yeah.
So
truly,
and it was such an amazing time. Like I said, I guess because I was such a difficult person, I got a lot of extra bonuses, you might say, by becoming Orthodox in England at that time.
Yeah. But, so your supervisor married a Greek lady. She was Orthodox. Was he Orthodox as well?
Well, he had become Orthodox. I left out that part of it. He had become Orthodox about a year before, and he met her then. So he had already become Orthodox. So when I met him, he was transitioning out of the traditionalist group. And in fact, he wrote an article giving kind of the main critique of them, which was, if you're saying that all the paths are the same, you're actually putting yourself above all the religions. Like you're making yourself kind of equal to God in a way. And nobody can really claim that.
Yeah, well, and it's also an unprovable assertion, because unless you've gone through each one without thinking that you were going to leave it, and I brought this up, Dr. Kutzinger gave a talk, and I was like, well, I made that point. I was like, you can't make that assertion unless you've actually gone through the process of attaining theosis as a Christian. And if you had that experience, that you weren't going to leave Christianity and become a Sufi. And if you And if you do, then it probably you didn't have that experience. So it's just the assertion is ludicrous.
Well, there's two other interesting things you could say about that. Klaus Kenneth has that book, Born to Hate, Reborn to Love, where he achieved nirvana according to the Buddhists he was with. He achieved it. He got into the heights of Hinduism and all kinds of things. He ended up becoming an Orthodox Christian. But I also met someone who was, back in the day, very involved in transcendental meditation, who was close with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the Beatles guru. And the Maharishi said to him after a while, you know what? You're spiritually talented. You're wasting your time with Hinduism. He said, you should go to Mount Athos.
Wow.
Yeah. So he said it'd take you a whole lifetime to get acculturated, just to really be authentically a Hebrew and not someone from a Christian background trying to be a Hindu.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, interesting.